Welcome to Product Tips with Richard. I like to cover or just at least have a look at products that I buy. I don't do this for any money. I don't get freebies from Apple. This is the iPhone 15. I've seen lots and lots of reviews on it and deep reviews. This is just me opening it, first impressions. So from an honest, regular Joe. That's why I like doing these things, because I can't know if I can trust the other guys. So I'm gonna do the satisfying part. This is what my kids say they love. There's ASTM, what's it called? TS. Y'all can speak, you don't have to just stand there.
ASMR.
ASMR. Oh, that's so satisfying. Okay. This is the iPhone 15, no frills, no whistles. Oh, okay. That's kind of actually a nice open. That's very satisfying, actually. The matte look. And I'm gonna have to probably cover it up by a case anyways, because I destroy stuff. I would have had 10 cracks in my screen by now if I hadn't had a screen protector on my screen. And by the way, this is the iPhone 12, I think, taking video of the iPhone 15. Let's take it out and have a look. I like it when it glistens like that, that's cool. So, this is not the Max, the Pro, or anything like that. It's just regular old 15, but the camera, I looked into it for the 15, just regular. It's gonna be totally adequate for me and my purposes, even shooting for my other podcasts and everything. The 12 that I had was awesome. It shoots in 4K. I think this might even shoot in 8K. Could that be possible? Is that possible? No, I don't know. Anyways, camera looks good. I like the matte because it'll avoid fingerprints, and that'll be nice. So let me take this off and do the other satisfying part. And Milo's eating his food in the background, so you can probably all hear that. All right, so then I'm gonna put this over here because they have a hole for the thing, camera lenses. Then the instructions, and then the SIM card thing for in Germany. We will need that for sure. The SIM card, taker-outer, whatever you call that thing. And then, just as if Apple didn't have more cable waste in the world, they come up with a new cable. But thanks to the EU, you all have a USB-C. So that's just so you're aware. The cable it comes with it is not the lightning cable to USB-C anymore. It's the USB-C to USB-C. That's nice. However, they just created a ton, like literally tons and tons and tons of cable waste. So, Apple talks about they're really green and really earth friendly and all that stuff, but they're creating tons and tons of waste every time they come up with new cables. So I bought a new computer, the new MacBook Pro, and they created the USB-C. So all my other cables were obsolete. That's what happens to technology anyways. There's built-in obsolescence. I don't know if y'all know that term. They build in to the device that in a few years, 2 to 4 years, your device, your technology will be obsolete. It's called built-in obsolescence. Look it up. It's a business term. For products, they build in the obsoleteness of products. So that looks pretty awesome. I don't know, I'm just gonna turn it on. Go ahead and go for it. And then it will do the setup device where I can set up from this phone that I'm actually filming on right now. So they also have on this new phone, where the speaker was before, it's not there anymore. There's nothing there, there's just like a space holder. I've seen that before. Again, I haven't done anything with this phone. This is the very first time. My wife has it now as well. And so we're moving to iPhone 15. Here we go. And the setup is like a normal phone. I like the beveled edges. As I just look at it right now, it's really a little smoother than my iPhone 12, of course. The new beveled edges, a lot of people say they like that. I like the look. It's a little more rounded. Here as well on the sides, just more rounded, which will be cool, but then I can't fit my old cases on it as well. So that's just how they do. Everything they do is to get you to buy new products, of course. So let's just go through and I'll do English, not German. but I'm in Germany, setting language. And then they'll want me to set the phone up like, but wait a minute, I want to set it up as a phone from my other phone. Quick start, looking for nearby devices. It's gonna look for this one that's taking video at the moment. So that's really cool. The cool setup, you can just switch phones basically, swap phones because they look for the phones in your vicinity. We'll come back after that's all done. All right, so we are set up. They are, my passcode, use it to unlock this phone, blah, blah, blah. Yeah, it's unlocking the phone. So we're setting up, and I just wanted to just kind of go over what this phone is. You know, it's a, like I said, iPhone 15. I'm gonna set that up later. Emergency SOS, continue. Yeah, welcome to iPhone. So swipe up to get started. So we're all set up. I think I got everything in, and now things are dinging and loading and everything on here. So that's great. So I just wanted to go over some of the things about this phone. Like I said, it's got this nice round bezels on the edges, and it's hard to see here, but on these edges, not just this edge. This is a much rounder looking phone than the previous versions. So I've heard, I didn't compare necessarily, but anyways. And then the 6.1 display for this iPhone 15 regular, it's the regular iPhone 15, not the 6.7 for the super or whatever, super duper version. I don't even know the names anymore. It's a HDR True Tone display. I don't know that I see the difference right away, but I'm sure maybe in some things I will, in some apps and games. Wide color P3, whatever that means, haptic touch, whatever that means too. This is interesting, 2 million to 1 contrast ratio. I remember when it was like 1,000 to 1. I mean, these things are so incredible. You can't even, it's literally like you're looking at a, 10 million pixel picture when you look at pictures and stuff. 1,000 nits max brightness. I mean, it's like quadruple the brightness of you know, when the iPhone, or even the first phone came out. I think, like I said, this thing here is not a, if you look at it, when I touch it, I don't even know what it does here. It's interesting, it moves. In the old iPhone, that was a solid black thing. This is just kind of a placeholder for the camera, I guess. Interesting.
I'm pretty sure it's like where some notifications pop up.
Yeah, that's true. I think that is true, yeah. And then fingerprint resistant, coating, whatever that means. Splash and water resistant, dust resistant to a rate of a depth of 6 meters and up to 30 minutes. So that'll be interesting. I guess you could drop it in a pool and get it and go fetch it.
I wouldn't do that.
I'm not gonna try, but then an A16 chip, A16 Bionic chip, I've heard that is like blazing fast in comparison to previous models. A 6-core CPU, 2 performance, 4 efficiency cores, 5-core GPU, whatever all this means, 16-core neural engine. So if you can imagine the very first iPhone, I mean, it's so blazingly fast. I think that's faster than my computer. I don't actually know. That's crazy. Then camera. The camera has these two lenses with the flash back here, and it's a 48 megapixel main, 26 millimeter zoom, 1.6 aperture, 12 megapixel ultra wide, 13 millimeter, 2.4 aperture, and 120 field of view. 12 megapixel 2x telephoto. So if you're interested in taking pictures, this is all the info. 52 megapixel aperture, sensor shift, optical image stabilization. I've heard the image stabilization just on reviews is really quite impressive and helpful for people taking pictures, especially far away. Video recording. For those of you interested in doing lots of video, that's my game. I'm trying to take a lot of video, 4K video recording at 24 frames a second, 25 frames a second, 30 frames a second, and 60 frames a second. That's amazing. I thought someone may have mentioned it does 8K. Maybe the the Pro, the iPhone 15 Pro does 8K. I don't need 8K. My computer couldn't even handle 8K if I did. So it doesn't even matter. And it's gonna take way too much space to do all that 8K stuff. 1080p HD video recording at 25, 30, and 60 frames a second. Then 720 HD video recording at 30 frames a second. Cinematic mode at 4K HDR at 30. So you can't shoot 60 at cinematic mode. Slow-mo video recording for a 1080p at 120 frames a second or 240. So if you want to do any slow-mo action, that's pretty decent. 240 frames a second. Time-lapse video stabilization, night mode, time-lapse, quick take video, sensor shift optical image stabilization, digital zoom up to 6x, audio zoom, true tone flash, cinematic video stabilization at 4K, 1080p, and 720p. That could be pretty cool. And audio zoom, I don't know what that means. I guess it's the audio is going to go in with you. Continuous autofocus video. Take 8 megapixel still photos while recording 4K. Now that could be incredible, actually. So you can take 8 megapixel photos and just clip it, snap it while you're, wow. Okay, just moving on. True depth camera, 12 megapixel camera, Face ID, all the stuff, Apple Pay, Apple Card. Here I want to move on to, let's see, video calling, all the same features like before. And they have external buttons have changed as I understand it. So you got the volume buttons here, volume up and down, and the mute and side button. Is that the same? That is the same. Something changed on one of maybe the Pro model changed, but the USB connector is USB-C now. I think I said that earlier. Yeah, so that's changed, and of course your cables. The cabling actually is pretty. If you can get that, it's got this durable, whatever, nicer cabling than typical iPhone that I've gotten before. Anyways, I think that's it. You know, basically, it's the super souped up version of the normal deal. It's the same old iPhone you've come to expect with few additions. The matte is pretty cool. That I guess will resist fingerprints as much. And camera, I'm looking forward to testing this and seeing if it's really all the hype. And I mean, what I just read off in the camera is pretty awesome. Shooting 4K at 60. And even the 12 version, the 12 phone was pretty awesome with their 4K shooting. It takes lots of space, but it's actually worth it on some levels when you're shooting video. I shot a lot of video, podcast stuff with it so that I could, then edit at 1080p and zoom it down and everything like that. Anyways, that's my first impressions. Pretty awesome, pretty smooth feeling in the hand. I like it. I might even go caseless. I don't know. I'm pretty bad with phones. I don't want to break it. But let's see if I can pull up a video, huh? All right, so we're looking at the Marquise's iPhone, Marquise Brownlee's iPhone review of the 15.
All right, so this is Apple's brand new, latest and greatest iPhone 15.
Video
and
quality.
Nothing inside is new or anything that we haven't seen before in some other phone somewhere. Now, that doesn't mean it's not a good phone. You can't.
I like what he says. He actually says in the end, it's like a Porsche. Let's see if I pull it up. He says it's like a Porsche. Nothing's new in the Porsche. They always just did the same thing in the Porsche. He has a really great review. I mean, this guy gets paid big bucks for his stuff.
And detailed transfer to give you this new 24 megapixel photo as a result by default. Now, if you were paying attention before, you'll remember that this same nerd. And then there's the new.
His verdict is like.
And it's also USB. Like, you don't buy a base iPhone to get and buying a Lightning really that new. And should I just get?
It's a good review. But man, the video quality, all new design. They say it's an all new design.
All new.
Except it's not.
Really? Okay. I mean, I don't know about all new, but this phone definitely inherits the same looks and general design as last year. Again. But you know, what's at least partially new is actually the way it feels in the hand. So I said this in the 15 Pro review, but they've done a good job softening.
Yeah, so here it is. And I think I'll be happy with it. Like Marquise said, it's not like all new, but it's gonna be a good phone. And I'm glad that I've gotten it because it was a deal. I think I got it for 20 bucks with a 2-year contract, and we'll have the newest technology. So that's what I'm appreciative of. There we go. That's my box opening for the iPhone 15 non-pro, non-maximum, whatever. It's the base model, and I think it'll work. All right, thanks for watching, y'all. Hit the like and subscribe and pass it on if you liked it. Thanks so much.